What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hash for Hub. It's about 10:33 p.m. February 11, 2018. We're coming to you with a brand new trading video. But first, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, upvote, resteam if you guys are on DTube and or Steam it. If you're not, the links are down below. Same thing with our Facebook trading team. The link is down below there too. So let's get right into it here. So, Litecoin, it trades based on Bitcoin, right? But Litecoin has been trading very clean with respect to Bitcoin. It's just been a lot, kind of like a cleaner, washed up version of Bitcoin. And what we've always been talking about is this ABC correction, this large ABC correction. And this large ABC correction would have 5 waves. And we counted 5 waves coming down all the way to here. And let me push this right here. So this is the 5 waves that we counted, okay, all the way here. I'm just picking it up because, believe it or not, I do want to make things a little cleaner. Here it is. What are we thinking about? What's going on right now? So possibly, if this is the 5th wave, then we can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that would be that would be like a motive wave, and that would be all too easy. It's really never ever that easy. Another possibility that it could be is right now we're just getting into a WXY or a WXYXZ, which basically just means sideways momentum as Litecoin goes ahead and waits out for Bitcoin. Another thing I want to mention is something that I had made mention to some time ago. Is when we were drawing lines like this, just getting an idea of what the market's going to look like. Maybe we were trying to measure almost like the frothiness of a market. How overheated did it get? And it's difficult to measure, but this is kind of one of the ways that I look at it. And this top line right here has proved to be a line of resistance at first over here, and then now it's a line of support, and now it's a line of resistance. Now we see the market tried to pierce through up above it right here, and also tried to pierce above it right here. Yes, you could say this and this are bound by kind of the same horizontal level, which comes down from these levels here. But to me, I believe the credence is more in this line here than it is in this arbitrary kind of horizontal line, right? Maybe it may be a Fibonacci ratio. I haven't looked at that right now. This is a 61.8% Fibonacci right here, so that leads me to believe that this is not a Fibonacci level right here. The 61.8 coming from the very bottoms to the top is about $138. So this leads me to believe that this right here, this level of about 165, is not a Fibonacci level. So where could this possibly go from here? Possibly, if this really is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'd have to obviously have 5 waves going up, and that very well could happen. I just don't see it right now. Another thing too is that this 2, in other words, wave 1, and then we have the wave 2. Wave 2 retraced to like 95% or something like that. I didn't do the exact math, but just by eyeballing it, about 95% back to where wave 1 started. And I never really liked that. It just doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So, I would not be surprised if actually we just ping pong between this channel right here. This channel, the upper portion of that channel is about 160. The bottom portion of this is about 138. However, with that being said, I'm actually more bullish on Litecoin than I am on Bitcoin. Yeah, I'll say it again. I'm more bullish on Litecoin than I am on Bitcoin. It just makes me feel all nice and warm inside. It just makes me feel a lot better looking at the chart than I do with Bitcoin, where I feel with Bitcoin, in particularly lately, it's just been getting slammed down. There's still like a lot of sellers in Bitcoin, where I don't see that same thing happening here in Litecoin to the same extent. So, yeah, my hopes and dreams is that yes, this thing does impulse up, and then or you know, make a motive wave up. It depends on, you know, it's the same thing. It depends on, you know, what vernacular you like to use, but yeah, I mean, we could have, you know, there would be a subwave in here of 1, 2, and then we would have a 3, 4, and a 5, and then you can count the waves inside of here too. I'm just going to show this on a 1 hour basis of what we're looking at, and it's similar. It doesn't really say all too very much, other than that you can go ahead and you can track the waves a little more closely. So with that said, we are going to leave it there. The only other real thing to mention is a QQE indicator is you know, in positive territory. It crossed over right about here, which very well may mean that this thing is going to run a bit. Resistance levels that it would run into next would be about $160, and then depending on where it runs into this yellow line here, could be 171. Then we also have the blue line here. It all depends on where in time it's going to run into this. So yeah, I mean, not really much more to say about that. I'm not sure if I even showed you the 5 waves. If not, I'll show you the 5 waves again. Come on. So this would be the 5 waves that we counted here from this, you know, ABC correction. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of a boring story to tell. What we're just really looking for is a decisive break off of the top of this trend line right here, the top of the triangle right here. So with that said, this time it's going to be it. Happy trading, and we'll be speaking to you guys soon. Thanks much.